o carro do cara tem um teto solar. Aí faz ele ficar rendido, em pé, com a mão pra cima, rendido.
Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and this is a breaking news story coming from Brazil, in a city called Aracatuba. A gang of 20 armed robbers went through the city using civilians as human shields and setting bombs up in different places in order to rob 3 of the biggest banks in the country. This occurred yesterday, and they strapped the civilians to the outside of their cars and drove for the city and shot at police. They had machine guns, they used bombs and they used drones as well, and are thought to have raided 3 banks in the city that is 290 miles away from Sao Paulo. And it started at around midnight. Raiders attacked the local police stations and blocked roads into the city using burnt out cars and stopped reinforcements from arriving. And they took locals as hostages to walk for the city and make sure they couldn't get attacked. At least 3 people died in the raid, and 2 of them were civilians, and one of them is believed to be a robber, the Globo newspaper in Brazil has reported. Nobody knows the fate of the rest of the hostages, and one woman who was kidnapped at gunpoint and thrown into the truck told journalists she had escaped into a nearby hotel. One victim said, "The armed men stopped the car and threw me onto the ground. They put us onto the truck and strapped us there. We were praying the whole way. They stopped at the bank, pointed the gun in my face several times, and I had to beg for my life." The entire city has been placed in lockdown, with police warning that bombs have been scattered throughout the streets and locals should stay inside. One photo shows what appears to be a sophisticated bomb with a proximity sensor attached to it, meaning that if anyone gets too close, it could explode. The raid began when the robbers hijacked and burned at least 4 vehicles, using the wreckages to block the road. One was placed outside the headquarters of the local military police and trapped the officers inside. 2 more were placed on the main highway, and raiders then moved to the city centre, where a 4th vehicle was burnt out near to a string of banks. And the banks they hit were the Banco de Brazil, the Banco Safra and the Economica, and they took an unknown amount of cash. It is said they started taking hostages and people at the point when they started to go inside the banks. The bombs were fitted around the escape routes to stop people from following them. And at least 4 people were caught in the crossfire during the shootings. One person was shot during the raid, while one other person, a cyclist, was hit by one of the bombs. The mayor of the city has said that the police have been forced to stand back due to causing civilian casualties, and the police can't go on with the attack. They can't confront them because there are too many lives on the line. I'm not sure how that makes sense when it's at 12 o'clock at night, and shouldn't the streets be empty? I'm not familiar with the city, so I could be wrong, but at 12 o'clock at night there shouldn't be that many people on the street. The gunmen were walking through the city firing shots, and CCTV footage shows the convoy going through the city, and also one of the bank raids as well. At least 10 people were strapped to the vehicles, and some of them were left on the bonnets and one was on the roof. The Brazilian police have said this is the same modus operandi that was used in 2017 by a similar gang that raided headquarters and the cash transit company. There is also rumours as well that narco gangs do this to show the authorities that they are in charge and dominant in the country. During the raid in 2017, 30 men surrounded the headquarters of the military police in a similar fashion. They used dynamite to blow up safes and load banknotes and made their getaway. 2 more trucks were hijacked, and similar raids were also carried out in other destinations in the state back in 2018. A lot of media outlets have reported they believe the group responsible may be the First Command of the Capital, or the PCC. These are mercenaries, they say, that do dirty work, and these attacks typically target small or medium cities. They target ill-equipped police forces without the best training. Because bear in mind, some of these narco gangs have got military training. These have unlimited resources and they spend a lot of money in order to make sure that it goes to plan. The most recent attack took place in July last year, and they destroyed one of them with explosives and also took hostages. Brazil is said to be the world's crime capital. Brazil is the home to many organised criminal gangs, the police have said, and these gangs operate out of the favelas, and the lawless inner city areas are largely left to run themselves. On average, in 2018, there was a murder in Brazil every 10 minutes, and it was ranked the top 10 in the world relative to population. So this is shocking news coming from Brazil. My condolences to the family of anybody that has lost their life. I'll definitely keep you updated, and the full footage is available on the website as YouTube won't allow some of the footage to be shown. And I've got about 15 minutes worth of footage, so make sure you go over to the website to check it out, and any orders for merchandise will be sent out today. And don't forget, I'll be back very shortly with some more updates. Peace.
Gente, se alguém souber de alguma polícia aí, ó, avisa. Tem 2 bombas aqui em frente na esquina da loja. 2 bombas. Provavelmente quem trabalha no centro não vai funcionar nada porque tá cheio de bomba. Ali é uma bomba, ó. Bom dia família. Pra quem tá acordando aí, a gente nem dormiu, ó. Uma bombinha ali, ó. Tem outra ali. Rapaziada, tem na outra esquina lá também. Foi estourada uma ali, ó, nessa lixeira. O rapaz perdeu os 2 pés e uma mão. Tá tudo bem, ele não morreu. Tem gente falando que ele morreu, mas ele não morreu. A galera tá começando a ir embora aqui da loja. Aqui estamos na General Osório com a Princesa Isabel. Estávamos aqui na Sagrada quando tudo começou, ficamos aqui. Os caras tudo aqui na rua tirando, a gente achou algumas balas aqui até inteira. Ali, rapaziada. Uma bomba ali, ó. E outra bomba ali. Ó. Tá até caída, ó. Ela tá caída. Tinha umas 60, 70 pessoas, dormiram tudo aqui. Teve uma explosão, o rapaz perdeu o pé, como eu já falei anteriormente. Então quem trabalha no centro provavelmente hoje não vai trabalhar, tá?